Hey class, so I'm going to do this really quickly.
Okay, my turn.
Your questions might be in a different order, but it looks like I'm starting off with this one here, where I'm going to solve this equation. There are two y terms on the left side, but no y terms on the right side.
Wait, what?
So the first thing we're going to do is simplify by combining like terms. 3y plus, see that's a positive y. If there's no number there, that means it's 1. So 3y plus 1y is 4y. Okay, so that's the first thing you always have to do is make sure each side of the equal sign is simplified. So I'm going to go ahead and draw a line here in between the equal sign. And when you simplify one side, you don't have to do the same thing on the other side. You just got to make sure they're both simplified. Okay, so I have those three y's combined, and now I'm left with that 5. Look to the left, it's a minus 5, right? So that's 4y minus 5. And we have our equal sign. 27. Now it's a two-step equation.
You did it! Congratulations!
It's a two-stepper. So all we got to do is, first thing we do is we're going to add 5, because you always look, see what can I add or subtract, unless the whole thing is being divided or the whole thing is being multiplied in parentheses. Otherwise, if it looks like this, see what you can add or subtract first to get rid of the side that has the variable. Those cancels out, but we got to do the same thing on the other side, plus 5. 27 plus 5 gives us 32. Okay? And then on this side, all we have left is 4y. Now, how do we get rid of the coefficient? How do I get rid of that 4? Well, that's 4 times y, so the opposite of that is going to be dividing. And that gives us our answer. 32 divided by 4 is, you guessed it, it's 8. So 8 is the answer for this one.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now, let's look at the next one. Okay, first thing is we got to distribute. Distribute 4 times 5 gives us 20. And then 4 times 2y gives us 8y. We're going to move that minus sign down. Okay, so now I simplified that multiplication, the parentheses, and turned it into two new terms. So 3y combines with the 8y. So 3 minus 8 is negative 5. So the only one that has negative 5 here is this one.
What?
So we know that it has to be option 2, negative 5. All right, let's look at this one. Ooh, okay. The whole thing is being divided by 25. So this time, the first thing that we should do is multiply by 25 to undo the dividing by 25. So we're going to multiply both sides by 25. I'm multiplying. Remember, I'm doing a dot. That means the same thing as multiplying. Cancels it out. Do the dot over here, which means multiply. 25. So that option is true. It's asking which step should you not do. Well, I should multiply 3 times 25.
Why are you smiling like that? I just like to smile. Smiling's my favorite.
Okay, well, what about this? You see that minus 110? How do I get rid of that? I add 110 to both sides. On both sides. So, adding 110 on both sides is what I should do. So that one doesn't count either. Should I subtract 110? No. So for this one, that's the wrong answer. Because I'm going to do the other two steps. And yes, of course, check your answers when you're finished.
Make work your favorite. That's your favorite, okay? Okay. Work is your new favorite.
All right, how about this one? This is a two-stepper. Now, if you're stuck, you could always just take your answers and plug them in for x and see which one equals 81. But let's just do this two steps. What's the opposite of subtracting 15? Is adding 15. And of course, it cancels out on this side, and we do the opposite operation on that side. 81 plus 15 gives us 96. Okay. Now, what's the opposite? How do you get rid of a coefficient? You divide. So it's 96 divided by 12. And that gives us the answer of 8.
A few inches later.
All right, and then now, okay, what do we have to do here? What's the opposite of dividing by -4? It's multiplying. So the answer is P, because it's a negative times a positive. All right, this one here, square root of 18. That is very close to the square root of 16. Okay, 16 is the perfect square that's closest to 18. What's the square root of 16? It's 4. The square root of 16 is 4. 4 times 4 is 16. So 16 is your perfect square. So 4 is what it's closest to. And now we're going to look at this. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is distribute. That gives us -7x. But over here we have 3x. So these are different. -7 is different than 3. So there's only one solution because the coefficients are different. Okay, are you going to try your best? I hope you selected yes for that one because that's 20 points. And then for this one, this bonus one, yeah, there's multiple steps. First you distribute, then you combine like terms. When you distribute, you end up with a -7m. And then plus 8m gives you 1m. And then 1m you subtract it. So what we eventually have to do is we have to subtract the m's on both sides. And the answer ends up being 5. Okay? This one, you're going to distribute that -5. -5 times 2x gives you -10. But don't forget that -5 times -5 gives you positive 25. Okay? Negative times a negative is a positive. And in here, we're simplifying that fraction. Okay? So how many times does 9 go into 19? Well, it goes in once. It goes in twice. Okay? So that's going to be the whole number. 2 times 9 is 18. So you have a remainder. 2 times 9 is 18. So you have a remainder of 1. 19 minus 9 minus 9 again leaves you with 1. So that means you're going to have 1 repeating forever.
6.5 hours later.
You have a remainder of 1, and you're dividing by 9. Number 9 is your repeating decimals. Okay, and then last one, which one has no solution? Again, first thing you got to do is simplify. So this time you're going to distribute. That gives you 12. And then distribute again. That gives you -4x. Okay, and on the other side we have 7x. Well, the next step to solve this, you would take one of your x terms and subtract it from both sides. So if I subtract, well, or get rid of that -4x by adding 4x, then I'm still going to have an x left over on the other side, right? Plus 4x, okay? So we're almost to solving it. So that's going to be 11x. So this one will have a solution. It's going to be 15 over 11, in case you're wondering. I didn't really give you guys very many problems that had fractions as answers. I probably should have done that. But once you master this, then you can do these other things. All right, now this one here, when you simplify it, 8 minus 13 is actually -5. So look at that. We have the same thing on both sides. 9x minus 5 and 9x minus 5. So it's not that one. That's infinite solutions. So the third one's got to be the answer. So look, we have 8x on this side and 8x on that one side. You don't have to simplify this one. That's nice. If I was to subtract 8x, it would cancel them both. And I would be left with 4 equals -17. Is that true? Does 4 equal -17?
Wait, what?
No, that's illogical. So that is the one that has no solution. Then you submit it, and then you can pat yourself on the back. Yay, I view my score. And let's see, I got 100%. Yay.
You did it! Congratulations!
Okay, have a great day. I hope that helps. Bye.